Hey guys, holy shit. One night. Well, I didn't even do anything. It was funny. Check this out. So, nothing happened all night. And I did some reverse speech video on my video, which has blown me away. Wait till the next reverse speech video comes out. Anyway, I had a dream, and this is how the dream stemmed. And I found out this guy was gonna eat this guy in the dream. Just real fast, I'll tell you the dream in a minute. The guy in the dream said, "There's no fucking way he's walking out of that door alive." And then I woke up, and I went, "Christ, I think I got something here." So here's the dream. So there's this. I used to work at a coffee shop in Windsor, long time ago, and one of the customers one day, he came in, and I wasn't working. I was sitting at the table having a coffee. I wasn't working, but I hanged out there a lot, right? Because all my friends were there. And anyway, he sat down at my table one day, and he goes, "Rich." I go, "Yeah." I don't know. I've never talked to you. I served you coffee, but I don't know this guy from nothing. And he goes, "What happens when you commit suicide?" I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Fucking dude, come on, come here. What happens when you commit suicide?" He goes, "What do you think happens when you commit suicide?" And I go, "Well, pretty much this is what I believe." And I said, "You commit suicide, you go against God, and you stay down here, down in the lower astral plane, hanging out." I didn't really know too much about it, but I knew that. And I go, unless it's your last thing," I said, "where you're gonna be like, if you're stuck in a burning building and you know the fire is coming and there's no way out, there's not one chance left for you, not even nothing, then it's okay to commit suicide. Within God. You can do whatever the fuck you want, but within God. So, if you have a chance to do anything, cut off your arm, cut off your leg to get away, take it. But if you just commit suicide, then because you don't like it, because your ego don't like it, that's wrong. And anyway, that's what I told him. I go, "That's what happens." And he goes, "Okay," and he left. He walked out the door. I'm like, "What the hell is that?" So later that day, he went up on Ambassador Bridge, Windsor, Detroit, ran through the security guards, whatever the hell they're called, border guards, ran up on the bridge and jumped off and killed himself. And I got wind of it the next day, and I'm like, "Holy shit!" And he talked to me just before he did that. So I'm like, "Fuck, good advice for it." Worked out real well, right? I didn't know. Anyway, so a year later, I saw his sister crying at the bridge, and I was driving by on my bike, and I went, "Oh, that's pretty sad, man." Anyway, that was it. Well, I went into it, and that was it, that part. Now, tonight, there's this girl on my Facebook group, not the group, just normal Facebook, and she's on there, but I never talked to her at all. I don't even know why I friended her. I didn't friend. She friended me. I don't even know why. Anyway, I never talked to her. She's on there. I think it's because of my bird pictures. I take photography, and she likes that. But I never talked to her, so I don't know. And it's the guy's brother. Anyway, when I go to sleep at night, I dream of shooting zombies like in The Walking Dead, right? Anyway, so I'm up in like northern Ontario or northern Manitoba. Or no, not even that. It's like Alberta or something. I got a car, and the whole world's zombie land. There's no one left, just straggler people. So I'm driving the car. And this isn't fantasy, okay? This is what puts me to sleep, so I don't have to pay attention to what's going on in my head. I just make up my own fun. So I hear a radio signal, and it's coming out of Whitehorse in the CBC building. So we stop at this coffee shop. We clear the coffee shop full of zombies, and in the guy's house, which was part of the coffee shop, way up in northern Alberta somewhere, like way up north, like northwest on the parallel there. I find a CB radio, and I start talking to the people in the radio station, and I ask them all sorts of questions. Are you guys good? Or are you bad? Are you a bunch of fucking raiders? You know, crazy rapists or something? And I'm like, well, we're headed to you guys. And they said, you're welcome to come, man. And I'm like, cool. So we get there, and then all of a sudden, somewhere we get to the CBC building, where I do, and I get into the CBC building, and they're all good people, just living. But they got a problem. They got raiders on the other side of town or outside of town that come into town, and there's always conflict. And these guys, these other raiders, are really bad guys, and they're a gang, okay? And they're a gang, and I guess we're a gang, but we're just like trying to survive, and we're like normal people trying to survive without killing each other, and put up a wall and all that shit. But this other gang keeps killing us and taking us hostage and fucking crazy shit. And so we're at war with them, right? And so I'm in the CBC building, and all of a sudden it turns into a dream. I'm in the building, and this, let me think what happened. I have a bag of clothes by the wall, and I pick up the bag of clothes and I put it outside because I'm going to grab it when I leave. But then I bring it in because it's going to rain, and I take it out, put it in over and over and over again. Not like twice I did that. And then I put my bag outside, and I come back in and I'm doing some extra stuff before I pack my bags to leave. And all of a sudden the girl of the brother that died, she's in the dream, and she has a bag, but and I know it's her bag, and I go, well, I have to grab her bag and give it to her because she left, and I have to grab her bag and give it to her. So I pick up her bag, throw it over my shoulder, and I'm walking out, and there's a bar in the CBC. Like there's like 10 families in this CBC building or whatever, all living, and it's walled up around. If you go to Whitehorse and you see the CBC building in the middle, it's walled up around it, and we got snipers on top, and gunners, machine guns, and traps all laid out for these fucking raiders that keep trying to kill us, and the zombies. Anyway, so I'm walking out the door, and this guy, I'm standing by the door near the bar, and it's a bar. It's like fruit and coffee and stuff like that. People get food from it, and there's broad daylight, and the guy says to another guy, he goes, as soon as that fucker walks out the door, we're gonna kill that son of a bitch. And I'm like, holy shit. And he said the guy's name. I am not saying names. Anyway, he said the guy's name. And all of a sudden I woke up. I woke up. And then I tell Jesus, there's going to be this guy, no name, is going to try to kill somebody. And I'm like, what? And Christ, he came down, and I'm wide open, by the way, laying in bed, wide open. I can see Christ, I can see the kids, I can see my wife, I can see everybody spiritually. They're all there. Christ comes running down. He comes inside me, and my innocence tells him what I just told you. I worked at a coffee shop, suicide attempt. The girl, no, suicide of her brother. I told him about the girl and why and how she's on my Facebook, but not in the group. And then I told Grace about my fantasy and how the fantasy turned into the dream. And this guy was going to kill somebody. And I told Grace about the guy going to kill somebody. And I gave him the name of the guy. Anyway, I wake up, I'm hearing all kinds of talking. Grace is in me talking to my innocence, so it's way down here now. I could barely hear anything. So my innocence said, I'll tell Grace, I know everything. I'm like, good, fucking have at it. About 10 minutes go by, 15, 20 minutes, something like that, I don't know. And I hear a whole big commotion. And as soon as I got the name, Christ gave it to another Christ. Christ gave it to another Christ. And that Christ went and did the read on the guy's name. Alright? So, what happens is, Christ tunes into the guy that I told him about and reads him off his soul. And then Christ even has more ways to deal with these things. Anyway, Christ, I can hear stuff going on, so I put on my earplugs and I just listen. And I go, what's up? What happened? Why is everybody screaming and freaking out? And that's what I told. I can hear everybody screaming because they're screaming, but I can't really make out the words. Anyway, I brought Christ in my chest, and he goes, the guy that you saw, the guy that you heard about in the dream, that was part of the gang? I go, yeah. And he was in the dream. The guy was at the bar, but he belonged to the other gang, the bad gang, and he got into our bar, and he was going to assassinate somebody. And he was like he snuck into our group, but he was working for the other gang. And anyway, it doesn't even fucking matter because Grace checked the guy out and found out what he was doing. The guy actually exists in reality. The guy, Grace goes, the guy is setting up an assassination attempt with a bunch of other people in his gang. There's a gang out there that he belongs to, and he's going to assassinate the president. All right? No names. Now, as of 2019, in the illusion, in reality. So Grace said, that, he goes, tell your mom thanks. And I'm like, holy fuck. And he goes, I'm going down, we're going to dissociate. He goes, we're going to dissociate the group, the gang. And I go, what does that mean, dissociate? And he goes, basically, we disconnect them all, and we manipulate their thought patterns. So they're going to go do something, and then Christ will come in, put his hands, or Christ will do his Christ stuff on the person and change the outcome. So he stops that process from happening to all these people in the gang. So anyway, this is what Grace said. He really, what did I say? I can't remember. Anyway, I'm not even supposed to be making this video. He goes, at least don't put any names in it. And I'm like, alright. So anyway, Christ is going to go down to these people. And these Christs I'm dealing with in the Christendom, they're a lot more powerful than the Christ in the kingdom and St. Lucian and stuff. Wow. So I don't know if he's doing it or someone else is doing it or what's going on, but the Christ that I'm dealing with, holy smoke. Anyway, I had that happen to me. And I'm hearing like 10 new voices all talking. I can't even stand it. It's crazy. They're all freaking out. I can't believe I did it. they did that I did this and got this information from a dream. And I got the guy's name. Never heard of this guy in my whole life. When the guy said the name, I'm like, who the hell is this guy? Totally random name out of the blue. Like you put your hand in a box and pick out a name. I never heard of him. Never heard of him. Craig looks up to him, finds out he's going to assassinate the president, him and his gang. And I'm like, holy shit. So, I guess Christ said, I gave the information to Christ. Christ is going to change the outcome of the, however he does it. And, save the president. I'm like, whatever. I'm like, it's a president. I'm like, anyway, whatever. Maybe he is good. Just for the fact, maybe he is good, You never know. For mom to put me in that dream, to hear the guy, and this is not, I'm thinking, is this the gang that was out trying to get me? And no, it was a different gang. Different gang. That's a totally different gang. Which leads me to the next thing. So that's the dream I had, and that's what happened when I woke up. Pretty cool. I'll let you know what happens tomorrow. If anything else does, I don't know. Usually it ends right there. I'm lucky I got this information that Grace actually told me. He goes, when you make the video, don't put any names in it. He goes, you shouldn't even be putting it out. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But anyway, that's all I know. I mean, if any people up there want to know more, talk to Christ, because he ain't talking to me. Just like the fucking aliens, they don't talk to me. Anyway, here's two little things that happened as of yesterday. And one was with this Christ I'm dealing with now. Or three little things. The first one was, let me think. The first one was on Facebook, scrolling. You know how you scroll your timeline or whatever, look at all the stuff people put up. So I'm scrolling on, and all of a sudden I come across a Ouija board. It's a picture of a Ouija board, and on it, on the where the numbers are, it says you are being programmed, right? And at the bottom it had occult phenomena, spirituality, or religion. And it said, you are being programmed. And as soon as I saw that, my soul, I'm really relaxed. This is like right before bed. I'm really relaxed. And my soul reaches out into the earth. And I can see my hands reach out into the earth. And I start scratching in the earth. And I dig up this round thing. This looks like copper and it's round. It's got dirt all over it. And I scrape all the dirt off. And all of a sudden I realized, oh shit, I better call Christ. I found something in the dirt. I call Christ. Christ is like, don't fucking touch it, don't touch it, don't touch it. He's screaming at me, don't touch it, don't touch it. And I'm like, why? I'll lose it if I don't, if I drop it. And so he comes into me, comes into my headspace, into my soul, and sees me hanging out of this thing, right? Because Christ don't really see it until he's into me and seeing what I'm doing. I'm sure there's other ways, but real fast. He's got to do it fast. So I go, here, take it. Tell me what it's about later on. And I told him what happened. Exactly what happened. And so later, about 20 minutes later, I go to bed. And I go, what is it? What happened? He goes, we're still analyzing it. And I'm like, all right. But he goes, it's part of you. It means a part of you. I'm like, okay, cool. He goes, don't fucking touch things. You find something, you leave it. Don't pick it up. Don't touch it. Just call me. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Okay, so that was one. I woke up in the morning. This morning, earlier at 3 o'clock. And I go, what was that thing? And he goes, it's like a sundial. But it's like a sundial, but it points to a strong, the fuck are those things called? You know the things in the sky, like Andromeda and Cassiopeia and all those, the Big Dipper, Little Dipper. Well, it has all those things on it, all those around it. It's like in the sky, but you put it to something, and it casts a shadow on. You turn it to the right day, you cast a shadow on, or a certain time or something, it casts a shadow on. I go, where did it cast a shadow? Where was it pointing to? And he goes, it was pointing to Orion's belt. Orion. He goes, it's pointing to Orion. And he goes, you made this thing in a, he goes, you didn't make it. He goes, somewhere along the line you made this thing and you buried it in the ground a long time ago. And it was a reminder of your where you were from historically. The ET me. My spirit was from the ET, from Orion's belt. And I made this thing so I'd have information to find my way back. And Christ goes, don't worry about it. You're not going back. I'm like, oh, fuck. Thanks, man. And my wife goes, you ain't fucking going back. And I'm like, oh, shut up. Yeah, but I can visit when I'm dead. Anyway, that happened. Then, one time I was talking to Christ. And he goes, and I was talking to Christ in my head, and I asked a question, totally innocent question in my head. And he comes down. He goes, don't you ask me questions in my house. And I'm like, holy fuck. And I didn't, scared the fucking shit out of me. This guy is powerful. And it was just like, boom. And I'm like, my ego or my innocence? And he goes, your ego. And I'm like, yeah, I know the meat bag. Keep it fucking suppressed, right? He goes, I don't care about your meat bags. Don't fucking ask me questions in my house. Because I'm ego. He don't want no brains in his house. Whatever. And I'm not supposed to talk in my head anyway. Talk to anybody from my head, but no Christ ever did. Like, they do it, but they never did it so mean and rotten. Like, it was mean. This Christ up here in the fucking Christendom, man, it's a whole different way. Anyway, whatever. It's weird. I'm still getting used to it. It's like, I don't know yet. I don't know the words how to describe it yet. Anyway, that was another little thing I thought I was going to tell you. I forgot the third thing. It wasn't very big. Whatever it was. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to edit this video, show you, put in the orbs again if I get any. Stuff like that. Oh, what happened to the guy? Oh, not, yeah, I told you that. He got set down. Well, that's all I know. That's all that happened. Oh, I know what it is now. I got 5 minutes left. I might as well tell you. So, last week, or the week before, Christ gave me all these questions and answers, and it's just, you know, your best guess. So, what's your favorite color? Blue. If you were, and he gave me the, you know, stuff like that. Sort of like they do in school today, so they can get a psycho readout. And they were doing that to me. And he did it to me again. Now, what he goes, and this happened to me when I first came to Christendom, but they're doing it to me again. He goes, we're going to take a format of you. And I go, what's that mean? He goes, basically, we're going to make another you in skins. And I go, you are? And he goes, yeah. But that has nothing to do with the question and answers. But at one point, he said sometime this week, probably tonight. I thought it was going to be last night, but nothing happened. They take me to this specialist guy, and they lay me on a table, and they take like an x-ray, and the x-ray makes another skin me, like ethereal skins. So this thing makes ethereal skins of me. And they take the ethereal skins and they put it in me, or they build it within me, these extra skins. and it's called a format machine, and it builds skins within you. And he goes, when we do this will quiet you down. And I go, remember? He goes, remember how when you first came here you couldn't hear anything? And I go, yeah. And he goes, that's why. He goes, we did that to you. And I even mentioned it in the videos here, but I forgot about the process in which they did it. But he told me the process again. He goes, we got to do it again because you still hear a little bit, and we're going to do it again. And I'm like, holy shit. So what they do is they build skins within you. It's sort of like the neck brace I had on, the spine brace I had on that kept the skins tight. Well, this thing builds skins within you. Or, yeah, I'm thinking that's the way it works. Yeah, because I don't see how you get skins inside, but I don't fucking know. But he said this, and it works, man. It works. But the energy release when I get it done, the energy is just like all day. It really kind of pisses me off. But I think when I had it done the last time, I had to go help my mom move groceries, right? Go help her shop all day, and she just walks around the store all morning. It's crazy. And then I gotta carry it all upstairs. And that's all. And I pull the muscles in my shoulder. When I pull the muscles in my shoulder, that creates more energy. And I was going through both, so I totally forgot what Christ did because of that. And I'm always, people check their blood pressure, and I'm checking my energy levels. Okay, did I pull a muscle today? Is energy going to come out? Will I be able to go to sleep? It's crazy. Anyway, guys, that's a couple things. And that's the thing that just happened this morning was Christ said I stopped a suicide attempt. Well, I haven't stopped it yet. Christ is going to go stop it. But I gave up the name of the guy. He went and looked at the guy, found out not a suicide, a fucking assassination attempt. Yeah. He went and looked at the guy, found out he's going to assassinate, and now he's going to change it. Which is really interesting, but I'm hearing less and less all the time. And I might not be able to get good stuff for you unless I'm deep talking to Christ. Alright, guys. My time's up. Later now. In the building, and this, let me think what happened. I have a bag of clothes by the wall, and I pick up a bag of clothes and I put it outside because I'm going to grab it when I leave. Let me think what happened. I have a bag of clothes by the wall, and I pick up a bag of clothes and I put it outside because I'm going to grab it when I leave. All of a sudden, the girl of the brother that died, she's in the dream. And of the brother that died, she's in the dream. And well, I have to grab her bag and get It's broad daylight. We're gonna kill that son. I am not saying names. Anyway, he said the guy's name, and all of a sudden I walked up. I woke the guy's name, and all of a sudden I walked up. I woke to kill somebody, and I told Grace about the guy gonna kill somebody, and I gave him the name of the guy.
Somebody, and I gave him the name of the guy.
Guy that you heard about in the dream, that was part of the Little Dipper. Well, it has all those things on it, all those around it. It's like it's on it, all those around it. It's like